Welcome back to another week of Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, brought to you by our friends at Conway Furniture, Highway 86 east end of Listowel, our friends at Larry Hudson's, Chevrolet Buick GMC, and of course the Listowel Squash Courts. Ryan Drury alongside Clarkey, and well, it was another week of a big golf event, and we made our picks. Things worked out the way they did, and to discuss that and break it all down, and to discuss some history being made at TPC Sawgrass, our golf insider, Mr. Ian Doig. Doigy, how are you?
I'm good, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Okay, let's get right into the nitty-gritty before we delve into the incredible accomplishment of Scottie Scheffler. Let's get right to the business at hand here. Now, I am wearing a t-shirt specifically for this occasion. Now we can't see it, and if you're not watching on Whiteman or on YouTube, you can't see it, but I'm wearing a t-shirt and it says Eulogy on it. Now, this is a t-shirt from the legendary Canadian hardcore band Counterparts, good dudes, and it says Eulogy. That's the name of their latest album. Now, I want everybody to know that I'm wearing that shirt because we are going to announce something today. Doigy and I have been discussing this. We are eulogizing Chris Clark as a golf picker. And what we have to do is say our piece here and say, good effort, Chris, but it might be over, brother. We might have to pick somebody else to start making some picks here, because what happened, right? At TPC Sawgrass, just like a lot of guys on 17, your picks went right in the water, didn't they? Now, Doigy, what do you think about what transpired with our picks? You and I had a head-to-head battle. It was down to one stroke at one point. I ended up coming out on top. You won last week. How do you think it went? Because, and Clarkey tried to pull a dirty little trick on us too, didn't he?
Yeah. Clarkey was searching to try and stay in the game, but he had no chance whatsoever. As a matter of fact, we'll get back to you and I and our picks in a minute, but Clarkey came up with this great idea. He picked a JT. Well, we all know who he means when he says JT. But after JT missed the cut, all of a sudden text messages started flying around that he meant JT Poston, who was he was going to pick. And you know what? I looked at the scores afterwards, and we could have let him take JT Poston because he still would have finished dead last. It was just as simple as that. He had no chance. No chance.
Go ahead. Speak for yourself.
It's not more talking to you two idiots. It really isn't. Because the bottom line is, it's not me. Okay, it's not me that has failed here. It's the golfers.
No, it can't be
failed, right? That's the bottom line. Like, the guys just didn't compete where they should have competed. It's like the Maple Leafs. It's like they don't compete. And
hold it. Did I just hear that correct?
Hell, your computer's breaking up on you again, Doigy. It's just like, I pick Rory one week and he, craps the bed, and then you pick him the next week, and I pick Scheffler one week, and who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's all luck. Like, it's all luck at the end of the day.
Yes.
Clearly you've got bad luck because you keep finishing dead last.
I'm dead last out of 3. But I won a few tournaments last year, and we didn't go to this extravagant, summary of every event that I won. So, whatever. You guys have your little fun. It'll turn around.
It'll just that you didn't win 3 in a row and then 4 or 5 like I've done. I'm the New England Patriots basically now, and Doigy won the other one in quite dominant fashion. And
I feel like I'm like Wyndham. Don't call me Wendell Clark. Like, if I had just kept the stick in, I would have tied the tournament. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, if that stick had been in on 18, that goes down.
Maybe.
We'll dig into that quickly, and producer Adam can put the scores up. Doigy ran with Rory, who was 9 under. Matsuyama, who continues to be so consistent, 15 under for him. 9 under for Lowry, and Cam Young was your worst at 2 under. That was a total of 35 under for Doigy. I won the event. I picked Scottie Scheffler, and unbelievably goes back-to-back on the tournament, and back-to-back. First player ever in history to defend the Players' Championship. No one else has done that. Nicklaus didn't do it. Tiger didn't do it. and no one has done it. It's incredible. I got the bonus 3 winning strokes. Max Homa was my worst, or he was my second worst player, actually. I made my hay on my top 2 guys because Max Homa was even, and Patrick Cantlay, Mr. Slow Play, was 2 over. But Wyndham Clark was 19 under, finishing just behind Scottie at 20 under, and the 3 bonus strokes pushed me to 40 under. So those 2 guys saved me. And then Clarkey, of course, JT DQ'd. Hovland was 1 under. Corey Connors was 11 under for you, Clarkey.
He missed the cut. There's a difference.
Okay. Well, you DQ'd. And Whiskey Mitts Zalatoris, he missed the cut as well for you. So stick with Corey next week. We'll see. And Clarkey, of course, doesn't have a score to count. So much like you and I know, Doigy, winners win.
You're last. If you ain't first, you're last.
Well, I am first, so I feel really good.
And Doigy and I are last. Doesn't matter.
Well, he won last week, so and winners win. So we need to figure something out.
It's all fine. Don't worry.
For sure. And you, what you're doing right now is you are the Maple Leafs. You sound like Mitch Marner after a playoff loss. We just didn't have the puck luck. Well, you could have picked some guys. I don't know.
Okay. JT, Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
Was one of the favorites to win this tournament.
He sure was.
Did anyone see it coming that he missed the cut? You can't tell me you saw it coming.
Yeah, because I didn't pick him.
Oh crap!
Yes.
And let's get into the picks a little
second.
Let's get into the picks for a second, because
please.
You know what? I picked first, and I had the option to take Scottie Scheffler, but I had done my due diligence.
Yeah.
Scottie Scheffler won at Bay Hill back-to-back years. Then he won TPC last year, and the history shows that nobody had ever won back-to-back there. He's just coming off another win at Bay Hill the week before. I just didn't think he was going to have it in him. I knew he was going to play well, but I thought Rory was going to play a little bit better than him, and that's why I went with Rory first. Really tough going forward not to pick Scheffler first every time.
Yeah, that's probably
he's a machine.
Not having Scheffler yeah.
Well,
you can pick on me all you want, Doigy, but you had first pick.
Well, I understand Doigy's thinking here, and let's not forget as well, all of a sudden it comes out on Friday that he's got this neck injury and he's got the pad on the whole time. He's getting intense treatment after every round. He said he was really feeling it in his shoulder whenever he was hitting draws. Like he said he could barely hit draws without feeling intense pain. And the guy battles through it. And I mean, let's dig into that now. I mean, Scottie Scheffler, he switched to that mallet putter. He still wasn't very good with it at the tournament, Doigy. Like he was 34th in strokes gained with the putter, but the guy is so legendarily good tee to green. It's outrageous what this guy is doing. And on Sunday, he missed one fairway in regulation. It makes no sense. And this is an even more mind-boggling stat. His last 65 rounds of golf have all been under par. That's insane, Doigy.
Yeah, it's freaky. I couldn't go out here to Bear Creek Golf Club and shoot 65 rounds in a row under par, I don't think. So to do it on the tour is a whole new level, right? And again, going to his putting, he's become a good putter.
Yeah.
And you would actually say amongst mortals, he's a very good putter. But when you come to the tour elite level, he's not that good, but yet he keeps winning. Like, how scary would it be if he ever became a great putter? I mean, he might lap the field.
Yeah,
he'd do what Tiger did at the U.S. Open at Pebble back in, 2000. He'd win by 15.
Yeah, which is an insane record. And the fact that he is now the first guy ever to repeat and retain the Players' Championship. This year was the 50th anniversary of the Players, and he's the first guy ever in a long list of legends that have played in this game that have retained that title. And when you consider everything we just said, you consider the history he just made, and you consider that, yeah, he's doing it with an aspect of the game that he's still not elite at when you consider the rest of what he does. But it's the fact that tee to green, like typically when he's putting, he had an eagle putt on 12 that he missed. but he was in such a good position to make that putt because unlike a lot of other guys on tour, he puts it right on the green all of the time where other guys are shooting from the side or from the bunker. And he's never in there. He's never in trouble. And when you consider all of this so far and what he's already done, Masters champion, you know, he's won a Bay Hill numerous times at the Arnie Palmer. Now he's got 2 Players Championships. He's got a FedEx. It's unbelievable what he's already doing. I believe he's 27 years old now. This guy is on track now, Doigy, to start putting himself into an upper crust of all-time players here. Still a long way to go, but do you foresee him doing that? Because, man, he is on track to become an all-timer.
Yeah, he's certainly knocking on the door. I certainly would see him winning at least 2 to 3 more majors, which now when you look at it, now he's in the company of Rory and Koepka and guys like that. And I mean, they're like Rory. Everybody loves Rory and thinks he's the greatest. But when you think about it, he hasn't won a major in 10 years. And Scheffler is starting to kind of take over now, right? And because Rahm and Koepka and those guys have gone to live golf, if we're looking at the majors, you know, they will come back and play in some of them. But Scheffler is the guy. I mean, I think he's the next superstar if he's not already there.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. Clarkey, you brought this up too. Let's dig into the rest of the field here. Obviously, Wyndham Clark, I mean, it's the first time I believe ever that guys have finished 1-2 back-to-back weeks. And Wyndham Clark, who's really turned his career around, and I love the feature episode about him on the new season of Full Swing. You got to watch that. Really interesting guy. Basically, he got a sports psychologist and a mental coach, and he's very vulnerable in the episode about like his struggles in the past. You know, of course, you know, similar to Joel Damon, who's also featured opposite him in the episode, you know, lost his mom when he was young and everything to cancer. And he really digs into like how it affected him and his life. And he's so open and, praising what this sports psychologist has done for him. And she's actually in the episode with him at the US Open when he wins. It's really cool. I know he'll be upset to finish second to Scottie back-to-back weeks, but this guy's come on and he's won 3 times in the last year. He's really, you know, become a household name all of a sudden.
Oh, for sure. And like, he matched him pretty much stroke for stroke there on the last day. And then that putt on 18, as we talk about, and Doigy, you and I have gone back and forth on stick in, stick out. I keep sending Doigy videos of people who have done testing, and then he'll send me other people who have done other testing, stick in, stick out. I don't think you'll ever know which way is the best way to go. I know what Doigy thinks. He thinks stick out. It's a bigger hole and it'll go down. But I honestly think on that putt with the speed it was going, would have grabbed that stick and went down. But who knows? Because maybe the 4 holes earlier, if he left it in, it could have bounced off it, right? So, but
I think, Clarkey, I think on that particular putt, it would not have gone in, only because it was so far to the left side of the hole. When it wouldn't have flipped out. If it was dead center, it would have hit the back of the hole and popped up and stayed out or gone down in. It was too far on the left side of the hole.
That's why it Mr. Stick Out's going to say that. Like, there's no question. Of course, you're going to say that. No, I'm being serious. Like,
yeah, no, but I don't think
it would have grabbed it and went in. All the research and videos that I've seen, if a putt's offline a little bit, it will grab that stick, slow it down, and drop it. But that ball was like at least halfway into the hole.
Yeah, for sure. But it was carrying a lot of speed. And that's where I think this still comes into play more, is when there's more speed. Well, 100%. The old saying from when I was playing and everything is the flag stick only helps a bad shot. So a putt hit with too much,
of the hole, so
a putt hit with too much speed, the flag will help it. But a putt hit with perfect speed, you don't need the flag. So it only helps a bad shot.
Well,
but if it doesn't hinder a good shot, then why not leave it in?
And this will be a little bit controversial. And I did see a little bit on social media the day after about karma being a bitch. And it referred to the little incident that Wyndham Clark had at Bay Hill on the 18th hole the last day. And if you recall, he put his club down in the long grass, and that ball, in my opinion, was moving all over the place. I didn't watch much of the Bay Hill Classic, but I did happen to see that hole, and I was screaming at the TV when it was going on. I'm surprised that he wasn't penalized. And then you read what Brandel Chambly said, and he was right there, and he said it definitely moved. And the thing about it is, people say, well, we're allowed to ground the club. But when the grass is 6 inches long and the ball's sitting at the top of that grass, you are not allowed to go down and jam your club down all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
Players just don't do that. So was it karma? Who knows? I didn't like what happened at Bay Hill, because then my question is, how many other times has he done that over the last 2 years?
That we haven't seen.
That we haven't seen. Exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
You do wonder. I do like Wyndham Clark though, and I will say that the Netflix episode definitely swayed me a little bit. I do like the guy. I don't want to go full Patrick Reed on him yet, because he seems like a good dude.
I would agree with you. I like him too, but when I see something like that happen, it makes me question it, because if he's willing to do it in that situation when he's in second place in the tournament, he knows the cameras are going to be on him. What's he doing earlier in the week on Thursday and Friday when no cameras are around, or he doesn't think any cameras are around? That's always my question. And that's a gray area. I'll guarantee you that Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus never ever did anything like that. Not a chance.
And there was also a situation where it took like 8 minutes to figure out where Rory's ball went into the water, I think day 1 or 2. And Rory took, from what I gather, the high road and said, okay, someone thinks it went out there, someone thinks it went in here, I'm going to split the difference. That was the correct thing to do, right?
Yes, 100%. That's people that don't understand what the rule is look at, when we're standing on the tee and we hook or slice a ball into the water, we're 270 or 280 or 320 yards away when you're talking about Rory. So we can't really be perfect on where it crosses because of the angles, right? So it's always left up to the player to make a decision of what he thinks is the best option, the best spot where it crossed. If another player in the group says, I don't like where you think it crossed, then they'll have a discussion and they'll come with a determination. And I don't think that there was no animosity or anything going on out there in that conversation. It just looked on TV like there was something going on. The mics weren't picking up the full conversation. But Rory was just trying to clarify that, are you guys okay with where I'm dropping this? And they all agreed that that's where to drop it. So there was nothing untoward there whatsoever.
Now,
that happens every week on tour.
Just to dig into that a little bit more, is there anyone after the fact, an official I'm talking, after watching a video, could say, you know what, that was totally wrong, you're penalized 2 strokes or whatever?
Hypothetically, yes.
Okay.
Hypothetically, yes. But if it's within reason, that's always their line that they will go to, if it's within reason. So, I mean, if they had the cameras out and everything and they went, oh, Rory, you were 8 yards too far closer to the green, you know what, you're guessing. It's within reason.
Yeah.
Now, if you recall at TPC a number of years ago, where Tiger hooked it left on 14, and Tiger thought that it crossed way up over the bunker, and it was determined afterwards, and I think he was playing with Matt Kuchar, and Matt Kuchar said no chance it crossed way up there, but yet Tiger dropped it way up there, and that was controversial. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, and I've been involved in a couple situations over the last 40 years where I've had to go to the player and say, I think you're taking advantage of what the rule states here, and you're much closer to the green than you should be. You should be dropping it back there. And,
I think you've said that to me a few times.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're always dropping it.
Hey, what about Xander Schauffele? Here's a guy who doesn't appear to be a big guy.
Yeah.
Hit the ball. Had some bad luck, I thought, on 18, where he hit this drive into the straw and just his ball didn't release onto the green, and he had to make a putt and didn't make it to tie. But That guy is incredible with his mechanics. He must be to be able to play the way he does.
Yeah, I mean, I like his golf swing. It's he gets what I would call Schauffele is a very efficient player because he's not as big as the other guys. He's not as fast as the other guys, but he gets everything he can out of that driver. Hits it long, he's straight. He's a very efficient player. I like the way he plays golf. I mean, that kind of, would be something that I would kind of model myself after. But you know what? I don't know why he hasn't won more. I mean, he's won like 5 times, right? Or 6 times maybe, which is an incredible career on the PGA Tour. But for the amount of times he's in contention with a chance to win, he hasn't closed the deal very often. And to me, that could be an internal thing. That's
I think I'm going to pick him
next fight, right?
Next tournament, I'm going to pick him.
Yeah, well, there's an internal fight. I mean, he'd be a good pick next week. Yeah. I mean, is there even a tournament this week on the PGA?
I don't even know. I'm not ready to make picks.
There is. It's the Valspar, which is an elevated event.
Yeah.
They're playing the Valspar. They're staying in Florida, and Clarkey.
Well, we better take a break then.
We will take a break because we are going to make picks. Xander Schauffele on a lot of books is the favorite to win because Scottie Scheffler is not attending.
Yes. So one of you guys are going to pick him now that I've said I'm going to pick him. That's okay. I'm sucking you in.
Too funny.
Anyway.
And did I mix up him and Harmon on the guy who was in the straw in 18? Was it Harmon?
No. They both were.
Okay.
Yeah. But Harmon was into the clubhouse already. Yeah, and heck of a tournament he had too. Brian Harmon was closing the distance. Yeah. Xander Schauffele's a guy that he probably by all rights, Doigy should have 10 or 11 wins. Yeah. But he just folds up right at the end of tournaments, like last bit of moving day, and then on Sunday he'll just kind of. I don't want to call it collapse because it's not like he plays terrible and loses a ton of strokes. It's just that what happened to him and really Wyndham Clark, keep in mind, they were 5 strokes up on Scottie on Sunday to start. They don't gain. They stop gaining and they shoot an okay round rather than an incredible round on the last day. And unfortunately with Scottie Scheffler out there, that can bite you. Okay.
What's going on? Hey, hold on. Just before we wrap this up. What happened to Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth? Why can't these guys even make a cut?
Well, they're struggling, and what people don't understand is the difference between playing great golf, very good golf, and then golf that misses cuts is a very, very fine line, right? And it doesn't take much for you to get you on that wrong side, especially on a golf course like that. When that golf course first opened, I had the opportunity to play it, and I actually caddied in the TPC a few times. And the greens were so severe back then that literally we would walk up on the green and there'd be 2 ball marks, and one ball mark, would hit and the ball would release and go to near the flag and be 6 feet from the hole, and the next ball mark would be 4 inches to the right of that ball mark. And that ball would be in the bunker off the green, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of luck in that. Guys are good, but there's a lot of luck in that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Some weeks you're just a little bit off, and when you're just a little bit off on a golf course like that, it can eat you up, and then you get in trouble. And that's the hard part about it. So,
for sure. Well, and JT and Spieth are 2 players that when they're on, it's beautiful.
Yeah, if I can just go back to the Schauffele thing, I watched a lot of the round. The one thing that I noticed, and I've noticed it with him in the past, is when he is in contention, if you look early in the round, he was getting all his putts to the hole. Okay? And then later in the round, like the eagle putt on 17, he left short, and things like that. So later in the round, to me, it seems to me like it's a little bit nerves because he stops being as aggressive. And then Wyndham Clark's the exact opposite. And when I think about Wyndham Clark winning the U.S. Open last year, Wyndham Clark got more aggressive as the rounds have gone on. When he's firing on all cylinders, he's going for it. he's not leaving those putts short. So now all of a sudden they start hitting the hole and going in. And that's the two little differences that I see between Wyndham Clark and Schauffele.
And you know what he should do then? He should be more aggressive and leave the pin in.
Yeah, and that might be the answer. I mean, you think about Matty Fitzpatrick, how well he's played in the tournaments that he's won since he went to leaving the pin in.
Except when I pick him.
And yes, and it works for him because I think in his mind it allows him to be more aggressive on those 8, 10, 12, 14 footers, where Schauffele becomes more tentative because he doesn't want to run it too far by. You know, so. But that's just kind of an observation from a fellow professional looking at what I see and what the difference is.
Well, we should break
certainly some
take our picks and then we can talk some Leafs.
Yeah, 100%. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll make some picks for the Valspar because, Scheffler not there. Still a pretty loaded up field here. There's some good players to pick here down in Florida. All right, that's next on Instigating. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, brought to you by Conway Furniture, Larry Hudson, Chevrolet Buick GMC, the Listowel Squash Courts. Back here with our friend Ian Doig, and we're going to make picks. We have to make picks. It's the Valspar. Now, listen, Scottie Scheffler not there. Trying to go for 3 in a row. He's not there. There's still some good players to be had here, and it is a good event. It's at a great course. We are going to make picks. It's not the most loaded field, but there's some names to be had here. And so I will kick things off. And Clarkey, listen.
Here we go. Yeah, of course you do, because I already said I was going to pick him. Go ahead, pick him. Schauffele. Okay, Doigy, go ahead. You'll pick
I will take Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, and Doigy will take Sam Burns, right? Go ahead, Doigy.
You guys are too funny. I'm going to take Cam Young.
Cam Young, okay.
There you go, Clarkey. I threw you a bone, Clarkey.
You did. I'm going to take Sam Burns, and I'm going to take Nick Taylor.
Wow, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Okay.
Let's replay these good pick comments next week.
All right.
Clarkey, I want you to know if you eventually do win an event, we're going to celebrate.
Dude, I won last year a couple times. So
you know what this is kind of reminding me of, Ryan? A little bit about O-Dog not getting the belt on the.
That's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like.
Doigy, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to pick Christian Bezuidenheit.
Yes. Okay, back to me, eh? Well, I got to take Brian Harman. He's just hot right now, and I love his game. I think Harman's great. And I'm going to take Sungjae Im, another guy that I'm a big fan of.
That's a good pick too. All right, back to me. I'm going to take Minwoo Lee.
I like that.
Okay. Very good.
Lee, baby. Clarkey, round out your team.
Okay, I'm going to pick Justin Thomas.
Okay.
He's going to bounce back. He's going to bounce back.
So
I didn't say JT Poston. I said Justin Thomas.
Justin Thomas. So it is JT, but it is Justin Thomas. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we clarified that. Yep. I didn't want you sending me a text
I've written
after
it down.
He misses the cut. And
Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake.
And I'm going to pick now Ryan's going to say, "Oh, that's my guy." Tony Finau.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Well, you pick my guy, Xander Schauffele.
Every guy is my guy because I'm a winner.
Now, I know who's going to win this tournament. But
all right.
Doigy, last pick.
My last pick. This one might surprise you a little bit. I'm taking Sepp Straka.
That doesn't surprise me, Doigy.
No? Okay.
I think Straka is a solid player. He's just never able to like break through. Now, I have a decision to make here. I'm not going to take Spieth because I just think he's in such a bad place. Watch, he'll win now.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's two guys I'm wrestling with. I love Eric Cole. I think he's really like starting to make a name for himself, but I'm not going to pick Eric. I'm not going to pick Eric. I'm going to pick a guy who really turned some heads last week, and I think he is in a better place. And he can really, really work the greens at this golf course. I'm going to round out our picks by taking Maverick McNeely.
Oh, okay. So there it is. We're all set.
To review, I have Schauffele, Harmon, Sung J M, and Maverick McNeely. Come on, Maverick, be my ice man. Doigy has Cam Young, Bezoidnout, Minwoo Lee, and Sepp Straka. Clarkey's got Sammy, Don't Call Me Mr. Burns. Nick Taylor, the Canadian. JT, also known as Justin Thomas. Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. And Tony, Good Guy Finau. That is our Valspar picks. Good luck, gentlemen.
Win it. Beat the win.
Good luck. Those are good. Those are all good teams. I mean, they're good teams. So
yeah,
they are.
Right? My guys just got to perform. That's what I've said all along. It's not me. It's my guys.
Look at Clarkey. If two of your guys miss the cut again this week, we're gonna have to bring Adam in to start picking teams for you or something.
No, that's not gonna happen. My name's first on the show, Doigy. Your name's not even on it. So
that could change. We might have to. I might have to call in my girlfriend's dad and get him live from Arizona at the flats to call in and make picks in your stead. He'd be a good teammate for you, Clark. You could be the Oda or the Hayes and Al's brother of instigating. We could find you somebody to help you out. But let's see how this week goes. How about that?
A lot of chirping going on here. Okay.
Talk about your Maple Leafs. Wrap this up.
Well, I was at the game. I think I mentioned to you a couple weeks ago when they played the Rangers. And it was actually a really good hockey game. They competed. They worked. They scored some goals. And Doigy, I know this is going to blow you away, but being at the rink, you see a lot more than you do on TV. Okay. I have a brand new appreciation of how good Mitch Marner is. This guy creates space. This guy is constantly watched by the other team. He can fly. The stick handling, like even away from the puck, he's doing everything in my mind right that you don't see on TV. Way new appreciation for how good Mitch Marner is, and maybe that's why Matthews is in a little slump now because he doesn't have his buddy with him. But Mitch Marner is a superstar, and I watched him like nearly every time he was on the ice, and have a brand new appreciation of how good this guy is. First time I've seen him live. First time.
Yeah. I would tend to agree with you. I think he's a superstar, but what I don't like about him is the fancy stuff that he always tries. And to me, it seems like it's always at the blue line where it can cost you. The back passes, the between the legs stuff and all that. That drives me crazy. I think that if he got rid of that, he could do that when he was playing for the London Knights, but you can't do that when you're playing in the NHL. Yeah. That's what bothers me about him. As far as making space for himself and Matthews, absolutely no doubt, because the other team has to watch him because he's a triple threat. He can pass it, he can shoot it, he can skate, all of that stuff. So there's no doubt there. But it drives me crazy when he does the little stupid stuff always at the blue line. And then you start to look at it. I look at Nylander's done it twice in the last 3 games right at the blue line and lost the puck and caused breakaways. Right. And
it's almost like the Carolina Hurricanes, who allowed 4 breakaways in the first 2 periods on Saturday night against the Leafs. Every team does it. So
yeah,
they do.
But we don't have the same compete level that the other teams do. And we don't. And I think this is coaching. He coaches so much puck possession that they're always after the puck. When the game got to 3-2 last night and the puck went down and there was this kerfuffle around the net. 4 of our players were behind our own red line when they scored the 4-2 goal because they were all chasing the puck.
You're exaggerating, but
the first thing that I was taught as a kid playing hockey is defense. You go to the front of the net and you make sure it's looked after. Well, when you got 4 guys behind the net, it can't very well be looked after out front. And they scored the go-ahead goal, or the 4-2 goal, which ended up being the winning goal. And it happens too often.
Yeah, Tuesday against the Flyers with Torts back on the bench. That was interesting. Benched his captain. Benched Sean Couturier. There you go.
Yeah, that's always people will say good for him, right? But I think that's why Torts has a short shelf life when it comes to coaching. I really do.
For some guys, sure. Yeah.
Players either love him or hate him.
Yeah.
And that's,
for sure.
That's been his problem. He's won a cup, right, in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But he seems to have a short shelf life wherever he goes. And he doesn't, I sort of like that approach, but
sometimes he goes overboard with it.
Yes, sometimes he does, for sure.
He goes overboard. Funnily enough.
I don't mind it, but you know what? I think what would have happened back in the 60s if a coach had a benched Gordie Howe?
Well, nothing, because you could do anything back then.
Gordie Howe would have punched the coach.
Probably. But back then, like, the coaches had absolute power. That was kind of the issue. Like, Punch Imlock, he did whatever he wanted to guys.
Yeah.
Eddie Shore, oh my God. Like, there were some nasty dudes walking NHL benches. Funnily enough, you bring up the Tampa Cup. Torts got tossed out of and suspended for the game that the Flyers were in Tampa for, where they were celebrating the Tampa team that he won that cup with. And they showed all the guys up in the box laughing like, yep, that's our coach. And none of those guys
Wes
liked
McCauley
him.
again. Wes McCauley, to me, is turning into like the worst referee in the.
He's a sideshow. It's getting a little much. Like,
absolutely. He wouldn't even, that's what Torts got upset about. He wouldn't come over and talk to him.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll leave it on this thought here. And Doigy, I'm curious your reaction here. Based on what you've told us here, Clarkey, about your newfound appreciation for your newest favorite Maple Leaf, Mitchell Marner, who's a polarizing guy in Leafs Nation at times. Are you telling me that you are willing on this show in front of everyone to change his nickname from Mr. Fancy Pants to Mr. Business Pants? Is that what you're telling me? Are you willing to make that declaration here?
I kind of like business trousers better.
Business khakis? Business suit? Sure. Business guy? What about that? Head to toe business
Let's work on that for a week. Let me work on that nickname. But I'm definitely willing to change. Yes.
A change is coming? Wow. This is a big day.
I will not call him after this right now, Mr. Fancy Pants again.
This is a big day.
You know what? I'm going to the game in Carolina on Sunday.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be playing. So I won't be able to just watch him really closely.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see, again, I get upset about the coaching too, because in my opinion, and Clarkey, you know this, and you've agreed with me, that for the last couple of months, Simon Benoit has been the best defensive defenseman on the team. And right after the trade deadline, they go out and get Lyubushkin and they get Edmondson. And I get that. They've got to figure out who they've got and how it's going to work and everything. But TJ Brodie has the worst percentage for goals against when on the ice. And he never misses a shift.
I don't understand it, Doigy. I don't.
And Simon Benoit sitting in the press box.
And I know you don't. Okay, couple things there to unwind. First of all, I know you don't like Morgan Rielly. I don't think Morgan Rielly's ever had the right guy. And like last night, like he's playing the wrong side again. He's playing the right side when they started passing the puck. It's harder on that side of the ice. It just is. And then Brodie, you're right. He's always seems to be caught and out of position. I get that. I did read, though, and who knows if the internet's like, I know everything's not true on the internet. I get that. But there is a little rumor going around that Simone Benoit broke some team rules and was benched for a couple of games. So that is out there. I have no idea if that's true or not, but that is out there. So the tell will be who plays next game.
Yeah.
Well, he played against Philly.
Again, yeah, he played against Philly, but who plays Washington? As we record this on Wednesday morning, who plays against Washington tonight? If Benoit's out again tonight, then there probably isn't any truth to that, because he should have had his punishment and it's done with.
Yeah.
And you can't really blame him for that goal. I know he chased the guy behind the net, but
yes,
it was an unfortunate pass from behind the net from Domi, skipped over Robertson's stick, and the guy's standing there coming out of the box.
Yeah.
Bad luck. But then you got to react.
I'm interested to see how the rest of the week shakes out for sure. And to close here quickly, if I may, and I may, because this is my show. I would like to toss forward. Yep, you're in there too, bud. I would like to toss forward an honorary couch potato, and I'm glad that you brought up Gordie Howe earlier, Doigy, because the guy behind me here, see that Stanley Cup above his head? The guy behind me there just became the third player ever to have 19 consecutive 20-goal seasons. And Alexander Ovechkin, as a matter of fact, is the first player ever, which this is mind-blowing to me. He's the first player ever to have 19 straight 20-goal years from the start of his career, which is wild. But that's insane. More record-breaking. He's 51 back from passing the great one. And it's just incredible what he continues to do. He has an opportunity here late in the season. He could still hit 25 or 30. Honorary couch potato to the greatest goal scorer that ever lived. All right, Doigy, thanks for doing this, man. Good luck with your Valspar. We know you and one of us are going to win this tournament. So good luck, my friend.
Of course we are. And I will give a shout out to you guys from the Carolinas. I'll be there for a few days playing golf and then off to Florida for a couple months. So
tremendous. I cannot wait till next week when we can toast each other on another golf pick championship. Doigy. Ian Doig of the Ian Doig Golf Academy. You want to learn how to play golf? Doigy would be the guy to go to. You can look him up online. All right, we'll be right back to wrap things up and give our actual couch potatoes, courtesy of Conway Furniture, next here on Instigating. Wrapping things up this week on another great edition of Instigating with Clarkey and Drury. Thanks to our buddy Ian Doig for going over everything that went down at TPC Sawgrass, making some new picks for the Valspar. Good luck to you, gentlemen.
I feel good about my picks, buddy.
Yes, well, you should. You should feel good. I like that you have Nick Taylor. Hey, we all love Nick. Richmond Nick. Yeah, all right.
Corey's not in it. Doesn't seem
Corey's not playing. Yes.
No.
Before we wrap up the show with our couch potatoes, sad news in the hockey world, man. Konstantin Koltsov, who I remember best and many do playing with the Penguins, passing away, and a former favorite of mine and producer Adam, because he won a Stanley Cup, the very first one in Avalanche history in '96, and was a great Capital and was one of the toughest guys of all time and was the reason I wanted to grow my hair long when I was a kid. Chris Simon passing away. Unbelievable. 42 and 52 years old, respectively. Just very, very sad. I loved Simon. He was such a tough guy, and he could play too. He was a really good player. He could really help out on the ice. Just sad news for sure. All right, Clarkey, let's move into our favorite part of the show.
Yeah. I apologize to Conway Furniture. My hat is in my car.
No, it's okay.
So I can't switch it today. But a big shout out to Mitch and the gang down at Conway Furniture, where, of course, HST and delivery is included in all their pricing.
Unbelievable stuff. You go down there, you want to be a couch potato, you want to deck out your home, maybe make a change, get some new life in there. You go see our friends at Conway Furniture, Highway 86, east end of Listowel. Mr. Clark.
Yeah.
Please tee us up. What is your couch potato?
I am pulling a very late audible. I just sent you a piece of video that I wasn't, I thought I was going to use. A guy stole the ball from a guy's glove. I'm not using that. Okay. Yeah. Because as I sit here on Wednesday morning, what's the date today? It
is the 20th of March.
March 20th. And I look outside and I see nothing but a blizzard out my window. Old man winter, Mother Nature. You guys tied today for my couch potato. Because as I'm reading, we have a snow squall warning in Listowel today, 15 to 35 centimeters possible. I was out in shorts and a t-shirt a week and a half ago. What is going on? I'm not happy. I want to get my my patio furniture out. I want to get my car out of storage. I want to be able to enjoy the outdoors because we got a little sniff of it. And now it's slammed back and hit us. It's spring, officially spring, right?
Yes.
And we're getting snow squall warning. Peak snowfall rates 3 to 5 centimeters an hour, significantly reduced visibility in heavy snow and blowing snow. Mother Nature, you are my couch potato this week.
Old man Winter and Mother Nature are having a fight. It's a dispute. Man Winter's having a temper tantrum right now. He's not ready to go back.
He's not. That darn groundhog. I mean, we thought the groundhog was right because March came in like a lamb.
The groundhog's right like 18% of the time or something.
Yeah.
It's
my golf predictions.
Well, 0% is different than 18.
Dude,
I'll take 18.
You have a short memory. You really do. Anyway.
I have a really long memory. 4 of 5 titles for me.
That's not a long memory. Go back to last year. Anyway.
I'm glad you brought that up, Christopher Clark.
By the way, hold on. Just one more thing before I fact. You cannot use me ever again for your couch potato. Okay? There's a new rule in town. So if you were thinking about anything to do with me and your couch potato and golf picks, better call a quick audible.
It's not you. I'm going to give you the most famous breakup line ever. It's not you. It's me. And I just sent you a little picture here so you can have a gander at what the couch potato is this week. And producer Adam, why don't you throw up this brilliant piece of Photoshop editing? That's me on the couch, the Wayne's World couch, with Scottie Scheffler. We are co-couch potatoes. Scottie Scheffler, back-to-back wins on the tour, first player ever to defend the PGA Championship, and there's me right next to him. We're buddies. We are in tight together. I'm my own couch potato. Is this vainglorious? Is this, a little over the top? Yes, it is. But you know what else is over the top? Winning 3 straight out of the gate and winning 4 of 5 titles in golf picks. Thank you very much. Scottie Scheffler and I are going to be pitched up on the couch this week. Thank you very much, Christopher Clark.
Wow, I can't believe you have your whole head in the screen right now. I can't believe that.
It's heavy. It is a heavy head, dude, because there's a lot of information tinkering around up there that helps me make those picks.
Wow. Okay. There's sore losers. There's always sore winners as well. So that's okay, though. That's okay.
I said,
we've come to be accustomed to this.
If you win a tournament this year, we will celebrate it. We will go extra. I will have little fireworks. We're going to do a ceremony on your front lawn.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
We might have to trudge through a 1.5 feet of snow.
Well, the snow will be gone by the time you ever win a tournament, so we'll be okay.
Well, next week, Monday, I'll be
all right, everybody. Remember, you can watch this show Friday nights at 8, Sunday nights at 9 with our friends on Whiteman TV. That's channel 6 for Whiteman subscribers. We debut on our YouTube channel Friday nights at 9. You can follow us on social media at InstigatingPod. Yes. And you can find the podcast on all your favorite podcast apps, including Spotify and Apple. For our friends at Conway Furniture, Larry Hudson, Chevrolet Buick GMC, the deals are always hot. Go down and see them. Snow's going away. Clarkey wants to get his car out. Maybe you would like a new car, maybe a new truck. You go down and see them. Larry Hudson's, the deals are always hot. And of course, the Listowel squash courts. Thanks to our buddy Ian Doig of the Ian Doig Golf Academy. That's Clarkey. I'm Drury. We'll see you next week for more Instigating with Clarkey and Drury. Neither are your picks, brother.